We invest very heavily in our client services
Yeah.
and our support, and we aren't a portal. You don't just log in and type in and off you go.
No.
You know, there's a lot of support there. So two things really. One, you know, that support, why do we do it? And two, tell me just a little bit about the talent density we have inside our teams.
So yes, all the team are MSIPs qualified or working towards MSIPs. We're all NEC project managers approved. We all have an internal training program that I chair and manage and train the team to make sure that, you know, the framework managers plus the regional managers, they're all up to speed on risk management, how to shape procurements, how to drive the best, how to be fully compliant. So we've got quite a robust process that we have internally. But when we're advising clients, as you said, Gerard, it's quite unique, the offering in the market. You know, we sit through the client journey all the way through and beyond through the deliverability. But the fee model we do is quite different to a lot of the frameworks out there. So we don't claim any fees from the client until, well, through the contractor, until the contractor's on site. And we're fully transparent. We don't put our fees within the contractor's fees. It's a separate line item. So we can then look at longer term plans with a client based upon pipelines rather than maximising the fee on every project. So it's quite a unique model. So we have numerous clients coming back, 3, 4, 5, 6 schemes, all procure everything through us. Yeah. So it's quite a unique model. And we've got, because that model doesn't sit by framework, it sits by Pagabo. The client could say, well, I need to use medium works, refit, major, developer, you know, DPS. Yeah. The model works.
So the support,
absolutely.
Basically, the client gets the support, and the team of contractors are supported as well, depending which framework they're on.
It does, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And what we're trying to do is, because with the throughput and the volume that we have with projects, for example, on major works alone, there's 71 projects gone through so far. When we look at other frameworks, you know, there's a lot more going through. So we know that we have to have a support element of it. And that's why obviously we've developed the MyPagabo system, which is now going to be adapted into the EPML model. So we're trying to add a lot more value for the client through their journey.
Yeah. So I mean the portal MyPagabo, which is what's used for the further comps and also awarding DAs, direct awards. So as you said, you mentioned EPML. So evaluate, procure, manage, and learn. So you know that's the tech platform that we're putting in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Just that first piece then, social value. I mean, you know, on these larger projects, I would guess social value is even more relevant because, you know, if you're spending an awful lot of money, there will be a requirement to see some, you know, what's the legacy, what's the lasting impact. So, you know, how do we support the social value side? So
the social value is paramount to what we do. It's something that we really should be focusing on, you know, front and centre with clients. The reason being is, as you said, is when you're looking at big construction projects, you generate a lot of social value, and it's about regeneration in that area. Unfortunately, some clients will think, right, well, I need to run a procurement and solely focused on that's my cost, that's my spec, right, let's procure it. And then when the contractor's then on board, they go, okay, what am I going to do with social value? And that's just a reporting process. At that point, they've gone through the gateway to actually really instigate social value. So what we try and do is when we're having conversations with clients up front, we have a number of elements that we discuss with clients about KPIs that we can factor into the procurement. So we get outturned, but we're shaping the procurement to drive social value.
And we're using Loop to do that?
Absolutely. So we utilise Loop. So clients get to utilise Loop on their procurements. So we're then advising them on the basically the reports that go, so they know what they can get delivered. We then factor it into procurement, so what the client's wishes are, which is factored into procurement, and then the contractors submit back what they'll be able to deliver. And the evaluation is then utilise Loop through the system. The contractors get access to Loop free as well, so they can use it for the bids and deliverability. So everyone's then evaluating on like for like. There's a number of different social value platforms out there, but they don't all do the same.
Yeah.
They report differently, the different specifications, different ratios, and some are over elaborating, some are under elaborating. So it's getting everything on the right platform, which means that the client is evaluating on a like basis, which then eradicates that risk of procurement as well.
And I think, I mean, one of the big advantages of Loop is it's got over 800 metrics, but it's also the most closely aligned to HMT, His Majesty's Treasury Green Book, which is basically the user manual on how you should measure social value. So
it is, and it's a very powerful tool for us because it's very robust. updated daily with the guys in the economy team. But it's a massive plus for us because there's no other framework outlet that has its own social value platform.
Yeah.
So it's about having that link in, and what we try and do is through the evaluate with a client, and then we go through to procurement through the EMP model, and then we move into the manage. So there's going to be, through our EPM model, it's going to be, as you're fully aware, a fully robust system. So it's a start to finish journey and beyond, where they'll not only run the procurements, we'll be doing things like for contractor sharing pipelines, the dashboards, submitting, finance models for invoicing.
So their KPIs.
Yeah, KPIs, all that's going to be in there. But also we're going to have a design development stage within the model, which means that then schemes could be designed, developed. It's a data store, which is then linked in with the client and contractors through a approval process. So then that can be developed, and then that data is then moved into the manage element and then learn. And obviously we've got the Cypro contract management for NEC, JCT and Bespoke. And then we've got risk management for the management of the asset longer term. And then we've got the training with TechU as well.
Okay. So, I mean, we're putting a big investment into tech, and I think, we are one of the leaders, I think, in doing that. And it benefits our clients and our sort of supply sort of chain as well.
Yeah.